Welcome back to Cruise1st TV with an all-inclusive MSC Cruises special of frankly bonkers offers, as always from the cruise line that just never stops bringing us new ships, exciting escapes and incredible prices without compromise. It's a very warm welcome back to Steve Williams, Director of Sales for MSC, to our studio. Steve, it's been too long.
I know. It's great to be back.
It's great to see you again. There is always news.
Always
if you were
news.
here every fortnight, there would always be news. So we've got one impending launch, haven't we?
We have, yeah. We just announced last week. So World America, which is second in class to World Europa, is launching April the 9th next year, and she's going to be launched in Miami.
And here she is. Look. Beautiful, beautiful,
Fabulous
beautiful.
Ship.
And of course, more to be added to the world-class,
yes,
I believe.
So
of course, because this isn't the end of the story.
No, absolutely not.
Never the end of the story.
World Europa has performed exceptionally well. The guests love her. The feedback's been incredible. So yes, World America number 2, and then there'll be number 3, 4, 5, and possibly a number 6 that we have an option on. But fabulous ship. Just built with all these neighbourhoods, over 20 restaurants and bars, thrilling rides, great entertainment, bumper cars, slides, everything.
And of course, it looks amazing. And I know up that sleeve somewhere there's a new class of ship being developed. I just know there is.
Oh well, possibly. And you have to sell that sleeve for a bit longer.
I know, absolutely. I know. Again, since we last saw you, of course, our cruise, MSC 365, everyone, that most of the world is coming with us.
It feels
right now.
like it.
Can you believe the numbers?
Staggering.
And are you coming?
I'm not. I'm going to be in Far East, in Bali, in November. But Amanda will be coming along, who account manages Cruise1st, so she's going to be joining you. But yeah, 400 upwards now.
Amazing.
I mean, you've got a good proportion of the ship, and
it's incredible. And thank you, MSC, for rolling out the red carpet for us.
I think you're going to have a whole lot of fun.
Well, you know we are, and you know you're going to miss out on that. Because that's the Caribbean.
I know.
But there you go.
I'm a bit gutted, but Amanda will look after you well, and you'll have a lot of fun on board.
We certainly will. Right, OK, we've got a lot to do in this show, and you know Steve and I like a chat, so let's crack on straight away. To come later is a nice getaway for October to Santorini, Mykonos and Rome, and an all-inclusive cruise on MSC Divina. We have got MSC World Europa taking us around the Med and Italy for next February. We've just been talking about her, all-inclusive too as well. But let's start where Steve likes to be as often as possible, and that, of course, is the Caribbean. And we're going to meet one of our favourite ships, of course, our first cruise with us, MSC Meraviglia. We are going to be meeting her somewhere very different, though, for this offer in New York on the 10th of January next year. And as we're in New York, of course, we've got to have a couple of nights in New York. I'd hesitate to ask your recommendations for New York, Steve, but go on.
Do you know what? I haven't been to New York for a long time. I have been to New York, but it was many years since I've been there, because I normally fly down to Miami.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a sunshine boy. I like the heat.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a fabulous city, and I've done all the sights there, you know, climbed up inside the Statue of Liberty and all the different things. So I need to get back to New York.
OK, yes, so you can come back and give us recommendations. Meraviglia needs no recommendations, of course, though. She's a fabulous ship, as lots of us have seen. Thousands of people as well have sailed with her. She's just got that perfect balance of glamour, activity, fun party. She really does have it all.
Yeah, it's, I mean, of course, Meraviglia class. So, you know, if your guests have been on Virtuosa, which you've got thousands of guests being on Virtuosa, you know, all but the same, with some different features. One of my favourite restaurants on Meraviglia. So she was first in class, and it has the beautiful seafood restaurant. So on Virtuosa, where you got Indochine on the Galleria, that's Ocean Quay, which is a great seafood restaurant.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Really, really lovely. But yeah, she's great for sailing out of New York, because these ships are built for cold water cruising. So obviously coming out of New York in January, it's not going to be particularly warm.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of the feature inside, and you've got that Galleria, the promenade, which is great. But as you sail down and eventually get to the nice tropical climate of the Caribbean, then obviously you can then enjoy the pool decks and all the outside space that she has. So absolutely perfect for going out of New York.
When you're inside one of these ships as well, you're so immersed by what's going on inside, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on outside as well, but you don't get that feeling of vastness and space necessarily, which I think is a good thing, because people still, I think, have that little bit of, oh, I'm not sure about the bigger ships thing.
Yeah.
But it gives you so much more choice, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, there's just so many areas, and obviously I think the largest area obviously fills the Galleria, kind of the promenade, the high street, but that isn't overwhelming in itself, because you've got little venues off of there. So be it you're sat upstairs in Masters of the Seas pub, which is very popular with our Brits and Irish guests.
Brilliant, nice little getaway.
You know, you're going into venues off of there. So it can still feel quite intimate and nice. I think, of course, we utilise that space and have the parties on board, so be it the White Nights or the ABBA nights or the 70s nights. That's the only time I think you get a sense of wow, you know, and the people come out and you're all partying down the Galleria. But there's so many different spaces on that ship, and bars, and be it up on the top decks or on the back deck at the Horizon Bar or the Sky Lounge, which is a nice cocktail bar, which is quieter. You know, it's just lots of choice, and that's what's great about the big ships.
I think, and that's why so many more sort of family groups are open to cruising now more than ever. Even, you know, pre-pandemic and everything else, you know, lots of families did go away, but actually now, I mean, it's just more popular than ever, isn't it?
Yeah, and that type of ship that class of ship is so good, because the whole kids area, which is towards the back of the ship, up sort of deck 18, deck 16, and you've got kind of the volleyball court there, and you've got a sports bar, and then you've got the teen clubs off of there, but then you've got the Horizon Bar where the adults can go. So, you know, you can go down there, go out the back. There's a lovely pool on the aft of the ship. Yeah. So, you know, you can be out there. The kids are in there, so you can be near them if you want to be. Then, you know, they can run out and join you, and it's very well thought out and well set up.
Yeah, it is very clever, actually. And I think that's why people come back from these cruises. I think people do look at the price tag, obviously, of an MSC cruise, and they think there will be compromise. I think I said in the introduction, there's never a compromise there. The service is amazing, the choice of venues. I mean, you would expect sometimes, you know, when you look at the price profiling, sometimes people might get the impression that, okay, we're talking budget here. No, we're talking amazing value, but without the compromise. Yeah,
and I think that you hit the nail on the head. It's amazing value. It's great value for money. The ships we spare, we do not compromise when we build our ships. You know, this is nearly €1 billion vessel. Yeah. And you see it in the hardware, in the quality of the materials that's used, the service on board, you know, be it the Swarovski staircase. It's an absolute quality build ship that's beautiful. And of course, you know, what's included in the value, Derek? It's all your gratuities.
Amazing, yeah. And we're going to come back to that in just a moment and actually highlight that. But let's have a look at this itinerary, because we've had a good look around the ship. Sailing out of New York, of course, is going to feel like a treat anyway, isn't it? It's quite an occasion for any ship, isn't it? And then you've got a wonderful itinerary around the Caribbean there. San Juan, one of your favourite places to be, Steve, I know.
Really, absolutely great port of call. One of the standouts on that, Antigua as well.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Beautiful island. What I love in Antigua, great recommendation of mine, get in a taxi when you get off, whiz over to Dickinson Bay, and there's a floating tiki bar out in the harbour. So you can get a boat out or you can swim out, but you sit out in the middle of the harbour on this floating bar. Top tip from me.
Sounds perfect. Take every recommendation you get from this man. Let me tell you, you'll not be disappointed. So what an incredible package that is around the Caribbean. to and from New York and a couple of nights in New York as well. Of course, while we're on the cruise on Meraviglia, you have got your drinks included as well. I think I'm right in saying premium extra drinks, which is fantastic. Cheers to that, because literally you go to your bar, whichever your bar may be, you've got a choice of many, and just hand over your card and that's it. It is not going onto your account, which is fantastic news. Wowzers, right. Okay, what an awesome way to start the new year with a New York and a Caribbean break, including the price I'm about to give you, because you will look at it and go, what? The flight to New York, 2 nights in a hotel there, then your 11 nights going around the Caribbean on MSC Meraviglia with premium extra drinks package. Your gratuities are already included, of course, as they always are with MSC, and of course your flight back from New York. Deposits today, £199 per person. I can't believe this price. We've just got to get it on the screen, Mr. P. Look at this. I mean, crazy, crazy, crazy. It is ridiculous. And you will have the best time on board Meraviglia as well. A lot of you have been on board with us. If you've been on MSC Virtuosa as well, very, very similar, same class of ship as well. So now's the time to take that journey just a little bit further. Maybe you've been staying close to home for your Virtuosa cruises, and now it's time to spread your wings and get out to the Caribbean and New York, because, as we always say, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's have a look at the upgrade details as well. You've already got the drinks included, so really you're upgraded already before you even think of changing up to an ocean view or up to a balcony as well. And listen, Steve, on a ship like this, you're not spending long in that cabin anyway, are you?
No, absolutely no. Although when you're down in the Caribbean, it is lovely to have a balcony.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I mean, you want the best of everything. You want to feel the best you can. What is it the kids say? Living your best life. That's the thing. Oh, they don't say that anymore, apparently. They've moved on from that as well. Honestly, everything moves so quickly in this world, doesn't it? Listen, if you want to know more, call our team right now. We do have, again, and Steve, I know I'm always at pains to kind of reiterate this, but we do have an absolutely, pardon the pun, watertight relationship with MSC.
Absolutely.
We've taken the journey together, we've grown together as well.
Yes.
And because MSC is to all intents and purposes, it's an independent cruise line. It's not not part of a bigger corporation as well.
Yeah, we're privately owned.
It gives you that freedom, doesn't it? And that freedom really, really kind of shines through.
I think that really sums it up. We are family owned.
Yeah.
And I think the feel on board, that shows.
Yeah.
You know, we're not a corporate business. We're not a corporation. You know, we're a family-run cruise line, and we're a family suitable cruise line, and that really shows. And
that allows you to flex in terms of product as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And spend some top euro on some top hardware as well. It's incredible. Honestly, and the ships just keep coming. Right, we're going to take our second offer right now. We're going all-inclusive to Italy and the Med. This is for early next year, 7th of February. There are going to be other dates, though, from pretty much around about now through to October next year. We're going to fly out to Barcelona to join MSC World Europa for a 7-night cruise. So slightly different. So we're kind of turning a page, aren't we, from Meraviglia that we've just seen, because World Europa is in a class of its own, isn't it?
Totally. And I know I shouldn't have a favourite. They're all our children and I love them all dearly.
Yeah.
But having been on World Europa, it is probably my favourite ship now. It is staggering. What it is, it's a blend, and I've probably said this before on one of the shows. They've taken the best of Meraviglia class, the best of the Seaside class, and put them together, and you come out with MSC World Europa, which is our flagship ship currently. And it is staggering. So you take all those lovely outdoor areas, all the alfresco bars and restaurants that the Seaside class has. So you've got all of those, but you've still got the Galleria, the promenade through the middle of the ship, which is 3 stories high rather than 2, and it's wider and it's bigger. And then you've got the fabulous World Promenade on the back of the ship, which is outdoor. So it's just a staggering ship with a staggering array of choices and options of restaurants and bars and venues. And that's what I love about it. Every morning, afternoon, evening can be totally different.
Let's talk about the team on board as well, because they are, we always, are at pains to say the team on board, you know, the hardware is beautiful, you can have the most beautiful ship in the world, but if, you know, if the service isn't right, then that's your reputation gone, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And the service on board with MSC.
It's the staff that make MSC. You know, without the crew on board who deliver the magical moments that people have when they're travelling. You know, absolutely right. You can have the most beautiful ship in the world, but the crew who personalise it, get to know your drinks, get to know you in the restaurant, and make it special. And every guest is an individual and made to feel special.
You can see from the layout as well of World Europa that this is kind of an evolution, isn't it, of MSC monitoring very, very carefully what people like, what the balance of things that people like to do as well. Because not everybody is up for a party 24 hours a day. Some people like something a little bit more sophisticated, relaxed, serene.
And this ship absolutely has
caters for that.
It's me all over, sophisticated and serene.
Absolutely.
and there are some really amazing venues. And I mean, I was on it for a few days, and suddenly I'd come across this bar. So, you know, up on the top deck, suspended between the two adult-only pool areas, I found this bar that I'd literally been walking around the ship for 5 days. And I'm like, I didn't find this. And it was just wonderful. It was quiet, it was sophisticated, it was outdoor. The views were spectacular because it was over the aft of the ship, and it was amazing. Something that was really stand out on World Europa is every single venue is themed. So they've got different uniforms in every single venue.
Oh, okay, right.
So whereas normally there is an MSC uniform that you see in the bars, they really upped the level.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
every bar you go in, it is very, very unique. The glassware that they use is different for the cocktails in each bar. The tableware, you know, so you go to the kind of Greek fish restaurant, they're in Greek denim and blue and white striped fishing. Kind of, so it's really, you feel like you're sat in a Greek seafood restaurant when you're sat in there.
That's a nice touch as well.
It's
actually,
really nice. It just, you notice the elevation.
You can kind of lose yourself in different venues, can't you?
Absolutely. And I say the choice and the array of venues on here is quite staggering. Be it you want to go into the Raj Polo Club, which is
that looks nice.
Indian colonial inspired venue, tea house, and they do the most incredible teas where they come and it's all done by Leaf and afternoon teas in there. But then out the back of there, you've got an alfresco area so you can sit outside. It's beautiful, really stunning venue.
Well, I think as it sounds like and it looks like from seeing it that this 7-night cruise is just going to be your initial taster, isn't it? Really, you'll be back.
7 nights is not enough on that ship to see the entire ship.
Okay. Well, let's call this a taster cruise then, shall we, on World Europa? It's certainly at a taster price, I can tell you that right now. This is lovely, in and out of Barcelona. We only have one sea day on this itinerary as well to really kind of, you know, get in and explore the ship, because you've got wonderful places on that itinerary. Of course, you know, I would guess absolutely everybody would be off on the Rome day in Civitavecchia, and of course Genoa as well, very, very beautiful. And Palermo in Sicily,
And one of my favourites on there is Valletta.
Isn't it charming?
Beautiful. You know, when I went, I didn't realise just how charming Valletta is. It's a really beautiful capital. Some incredible bars and restaurants there. And it's really good value for money, Valletta. So I know it's almost got a bit of the Ibiza town vibe to it, but without the Ibiza town prices. So some real world-class restaurants, and you can just walk from the ship. You're right in the town. A lot of history there. One of my favourites. It's lovely.
So what we're saying on this one is that it is a total taster, and you're going to be constantly in conflict on this holiday as well, right? I want to see more of the ship, but there's this beautiful place. So you're going to have to either do it twice, which you can do, or you're going to have to take this as the taster, to dip your toe in, because it's a wonderful getaway. I mean, you're getting away from here in February, and we know what February's like. A week around the Med, the weather's got to be better than here, hasn't it? Flights to and from Barcelona, including a week of cruising in France, Italy, and in Malta on MSC World Europa, with your premium extra drinks package as well. And I love that. You hold on to that card for dear life and kiss it every time you get another cocktail. One at a time, responsibly, of course. Gratuities are included as well. Do you want another bonkers price tag? See, I've gone to the top table here. Look. I mean, how? I have no idea. But you know what? I'm not here to question why. I'm just here to say, if you can make this date work for you, make it work for you at 769. It's ridiculous. Why not add some nights in Barcelona? As this is, we fly out to Barcelona, we join the ship, we fly back from Barcelona. But why not add a couple of nights there? Because if this is your starting point for your holiday, you may as well top it up. You know, another 2 or 3 nights in Barcelona.
Cheap. That's too cheap.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, I know, and it's not a word we
need
use.
to up our prices.
yeah, not yet though. Anyway, there are other dates on this offer, and I'll be quick before he does. From now through to October next year as well. Obviously, price varies by date, so call for those, or you can look for them on the website. And you've always got our phone number there, 0800 953 4700. I tell you what I'll do is I'll keep him here as long as I can, so that he can't up the rates. No, honestly, it is ridiculous. And let's just be frank for a second. This is also MSC inviting you to come and see their new hardware as well. Come and check it out. You know, offer it at a rate where, because, you know, let's face it, this is going in and out of Barcelona, so there's people from all across Europe with eyes on this. It's not just us, it's not just for us here in the UK, it's not like having Virtuosa to ourselves. This, you know, this is
very
an
international, very international on board, so you'll have a lot of Europeans, there'll be some Americans, so a real international feel. It's an exceptional price for our flagship. It really is.
It is
flights,
crazy.
It's amazing.
Absolutely bonkers. Right, okay, let's move on to our third and final offer. Can't believe we've got there already. Honestly, it just flies by a show like this. This time we're going all-inclusive to Santorini, Mykonos and Rome, with a stay in Rome as well. And somehow, we've got a balcony upgrade on this offer as well. It's for 9 nights. It goes on the 9th of October. That's not long to wait, actually. There are other dates sooner, from May through to October this year, and next year as well. Right, come on, let's fly off to Rome, because we've got a 2-night hotel stay there. Rome, absolutely beautiful. We're just going to have a quick look at it right now, because we'll spend most of our time on the ship. Rome needs no introduction. So many different things you can do. I have to say, I absolutely loved the Vatican City and the Sistine Chapel. I just found those absolutely, like, you just have a completely different feel when you're somewhere like that. Anyway, listen, we're here for the cruising. MSC Divina, Steve, right now we're on board.
Okay, so one of our fancier class ships, a lot of people's favourite class of ship. Somewhere in the middle for MSC. So not our smallest, not our largest. Very classy, a little bit more traditional, very elegant ships. They're lovely. It's the first MSC ship I ever went on. You know, you still got your Swarovski staircase, so some of the signatures that you'd know, but the format of the ship's a little bit different. And the layout, but nice size, really nice for doing this itinerary, where you can't be on a bigger ship because they can't go into some of these ports of call. So, you know, you've got a nice choice, a nice variety of bars on board, that lovely infinity pool that you have on the back of the ship. But you're probably on this time, so you're going to get to know your bar staff probably a little bit better. Because there are fewer guests. So, you know, yes, you've got choice of bars, but obviously not the huge variety that you have on something like World Europa, where you're probably going to a different bar every single time you go out. Whereas here, you'll probably get your favourite bar, like the wine bar or the lobby bar, or you know, so you're going to get to know your crew a little bit better. So that a little bit more intimate, which some people like.
We've still very much got a butcher's cut on board.
Yeah, absolutely. The
amazing.
Fabulous steak restaurant.
My word.
Exceptional steak. So, and if you are, you know, steaks on your thing, we still did lobster in there and seafood and bits and pieces. So, you know, you've got choice and variety. You've got your lovely fine dining on there. No, it's a really beautiful ship, and of course it has a yacht club still.
Yes.
So you have got a yacht club on Divina, and in fact, one of my staff went recently, and she's pretty much done all the ships, and she did say Divina was her favourite ship she'd done. She just liked that size, a little bit more manageable. She called it.
Yeah. So a little bit more intimate, little bit more low key.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
is
you've
quite
still
nice.
got your theatre, your
absolutely.
casinos, you know, your kind of West End style shows. Actually, it's just showing there the disco. I think this class of ship has the best nightclub on it. So you go up to an area kind of up above the ship, and it really does have a great nightclub on board.
So that means you can be super late without anybody getting grumpy.
Yes, absolutely, because it is away from any of the cabins, any of the staterooms. It's right up, and it is a fabulous nightclub.
Fantastic. This is a lovely itinerary as well, actually. It's great that we are going out of Rome, and a really nice kind of relaxing itinerary. So it feels sort of nicely in step with this.
Yeah, I think this one you have Mykonos on, don't you? Mykonos and Santorini on this itinerary, which are two of my favourite ports to call.
Yeah.
Mykonos town is just superb. I mean, the ship docks up. My tip is get a transfer into Mykonos town, which is just the most charming place. You could do some serious damage on your credit card there. Some of the shops, it has a lot of the high-end, beautiful shops there, but all your traditional little Greek shops as well. Fabulous little restaurants on the waterfront. It's all whitewash paint with the bougainvillea. It's beautiful, Mykonos town.
Oh.
It really is lovely. Great place. Get off the ship, go and have a fabulous, nice, leisurely, dare I say it, boozy lunch.
Why not?
And then back to the ship.
Why not? Stay in step with the rest of the holiday, why not? It's all inclusive, this as well, so premium extra drinks package, really lovely itinerary as well. I mean, do you know what, apart from Rome, I don't think I've been to any of those places. And maybe it's the same for you. I've never been to Turkey, for instance. You know, so many people, you know, have never dipped into these places and had a little look. It's funny, isn't it? It's time to kind of get out of your comfort zone, even when it comes to holidays as well. You know, stop doing, I think somebody said to me a few years ago, don't live the same year for like 70 odd years and call it a life, which I thought it's really stuck with me. I'm like, right, okay, now's the time to do all of those things that you've never had time or never been brave enough to do before. But actually, this isn't a brave step. This really looks after you. Perfect getaway for October. You've got the stay in Rome, and then you've got that fabulous cruise as well, which is all inclusive. Right, let's have a look at the price then, shall we? Gratuities are included, and there's a free balcony upgrade here as well. I know, right? So that's all inclusive. That's your 2 nights in Rome and the cruise, and a balcony upgrade as well. Tell you what, we've worked our magic on this one. Let's have a look at the details for upgrading further then, because of course there's only one upgrade from here, and that's up to the yacht club, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's a fabulous upgrade price as well. Yeah. You know, if you're going 1449, I go yacht club.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah.
It's just fabulous.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
It is an incredible experience. And so many people come back from that and they say, right, okay, I absolutely get that.
Yeah, it's turn left on a plane. Once you've turned left on a plane, you never want to go right again. And it's the same with Yacht Club. Once you've sampled Yacht Club and had that experience of the ship within the ship complex, you know, with your own swimming pool, your butler, your own restaurant, your own bar area.
And listen, we have had a separate chat about that in great detail, which we're going to put onto our social media and to our YouTube channel as well, because we go into that in detail, because guess what? We've run out of time. You have to come back again very, very soon.
Of course,
always
promise.
Good to see you, Steve. Thank you so much for being with us here at Cruise1st TV, and thanks for your company. Get these offers booked before any prices go up, won't you? See you later.